Welcome to Java. Thank you kindly for joining me. It's October 29th, 2024, and it's Tuesday. I've got up here the main thing we will be watching today, at least I know I will be, and this is the 10-year and 30-year bond yields, basically. So with this, we've got a lot of strange things going on today in the markets, starting very volatile week with things going on. Next week, we are expecting the selections to come forward on Tuesday, also rate cuts. So let's go into our market risk. 279.2 on the MMRI right now, rising again slowly. Now, with these, we've got fear and greed still heading into the greed territory. Now, yesterday, markets kind of a bit choppy, but they ended up in the slight green toward the end of the day. They're green right now, pre-market, although I see that may have a shift. We're looking at the futures are weak. And more importantly, what I'm looking at is the 10-year yield and relative strength of the dollar are rising. If these continue to rise, and they're coming at a good rate now, they are going to pressure stocks back down. So between these and looking at the futures, it looks like stocks might take a hit today and be a bit of a correction. Now, we don't know. This is a bit early. We'll see what happens. Now, I've put up here a chart of the current bonds and rates right now because the debt market, much larger than the stock market. Sudden moves in these yields indicate the debt selling off, and that could translate to a very rapid move in the markets. Now, we're still getting, how do we say this, management happening from the Fed, plunge protection team. So they are managing these at least in until next week. So we can't have any major moves prior to the elections. Now, with all of this going on, we've got a major sector that's going on for the, as I like to say, the real economy, what's going on in Main Street. So I'll talk about this. First off, these are mortgage rates. So with the mortgage rates, we get what you call the wealth effect. And that is that people feel wealthier if they feel like their homes are worth a lot of money because they feel like they can get out of a pinch by just basically selling and walking away. So with the Fed cutting rates, basically, we've got mortgage rates still rising. Now with this, basically, we're watching inflation in play. Not just inflation, I should say, massive inflation of the currency, and that is beginning to take its toll. Now, how do we see this? All of the money flowing into what used to be safe havens, gold, silver, and even crude this morning, although that one is also manipulated and going to be fluctuating more. But the precious metals hitting all-time highs, and we've got cryptocurrency above 71,000, touched 72,000. So Bitcoin also making all-time highs. So with all of these, we can expect assets in the long run to start hitting record highs again. However, the short term, we're seeing more volatility in the stock market, could see pretty decent correction. Now, with this, I'd like to talk about not just earnings, but also our calendar. We don't have much going on, but the home price index, that will be also affected by what I was just speaking about, and that is market rates. Wednesday, we're getting basically employment numbers and a few other reports. Now, they are also beginning to come out, more people talking about the bond market. Rarely this volatile outside of crisis. They're saying blame the US election. It's always blame something else and not the currency printing or the manipulation or the basically backdoor currency trades that are going on, the currency wars. It's always blame something else that really doesn't have anything to do with it. So keep your eyes out for the stories like that really are there to mislead, misdirect, because what is going on, it doesn't matter which candidate goes in, there will be more inflation. Okay, these are the companies that are going to report today in the pink here, Tuesday, and this is also Wednesday. So we're getting some giants, oil companies. We've also got Alphabet, which is Google, AMD, chip sector. We've got ADP tomorrow prior to market open, that is relative to jobs. Now, why do I have these three companies listed here? During the pandemic and things that happened, we had some companies that basically went through the roof. We are now watching weakness in the real economy. These basically are my picks and not financial advice, but I am looking at these to get weak. This one has already proven so, but there's more weakness coming and more weakness coming looking forward now. Carvana has shown some strength lately. We did have Ford have some serious weakness and drop yesterday, and this one coming. And I'm talking about timeline, probably weeks to months, not necessarily today, but watch these for showing basically the next ones to be in the chopping block, so to speak. Okay, I'd like to speak about a couple of other things. I took a lot of heat basically because we're looking at these stories and there's a lot of contradictions. They are redirecting, they're putting out a lot of false narratives. But I had said from basically what we're seeing in the military and intel, if you will, real stories from people that I stay in touch with and some other things going on. 10,000 North Korean troops now in Russia. And we finally have NATO confirming this, that might fight alongside Russia against Ukraine. So we knew about this. We've got NATO in Russia. Pentagon now finally stepping out, confirming this, NATO confirming this. And we've got a lot of other things going on with this as well. Now, with this, I'd like to bring forward, we've got training going on now. Foreign troops increasing. This is in Hawaii at Army ranges, basically Schofield barracks, but also training out off of the waters here. They're increasing, they've been moving troops over this way. And this is just basically a tell of what is going on with the redeployment of a lot of United States troops. They're not the only ones. So with this, we have a story that's coming out now. These are basically some forces that were overcome. These are troops, people, fighters, and they were basically knocked off, but they were on Russian soil. And this kind of keys in because the tattoo was from United States Special Forces. So this is very sad that this is going on, but just the larger picture and the point of this is that these troops are in here. We've been at war. They keep, despite the narrative that we're not, it's just support, it's all proxy war. This is escalating and it's not going to end anytime soon. This is what is driving the GDP, all of the war manufacturing, basically more printing, more war spending, keeping this going. Now, another thing that I think is really interesting, I have not been able to basically look behind this one. So it is not corroborated yet. But talking about Turkey launching multiple airstrikes, not just in Iraq, but also Syria. So this could escalate rapidly as well if this proves to be true. So I'll be looking into this as well as a few other things. Tomorrow we'll be having our discussion on Discord. We are growing that. So we've got a lot of good things going on there that we can keep an eye on this as well as position ourselves very well for these things coming forward. Now, this next week is becoming critical. I would suggest going into our Discord group now. We do have chats and we have the live discussions on Wednesday. So if you will, come into that group. If you've got any questions about what we can expect coming this next week or two, please join us in there. So with that, wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you all kindly again for being here. You can also find me on X during the day. Find out there as well as the Discord. So with this, have a wonderful day, and until I see you again, stay free.